many years have come and gone since that day? How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called the Warrior of Light.
Good morning. I decided to tear myself away from Animal Crossing for a little bit, which is why it's 10. And I'll go back to Animal Crossing later to try to exploit Bunny Day for as much money as I can. But for now, let's go on with Gale, because I missed last week. And I hear cats behind me. So we left off with finally getting a chocobo. We have a mount now we can ride a mount. Yay! And we picked Maelstrom as our grand company. We defeated Ifrit. Hi, Ange! Welcome to my morning MSQ. I am playing through as Gale. And we just picked Maelstrom, as I was saying, as our grand company. And my whole family is going to be sending Easter messages all day long. And my feisty little chocobo will get there when we find it. We did not count our trip back to the Waking Sands because we haven't done it yet. And that's where we're heading, and eventually we'll get there when we go to Quarry Mill, I believe, but we're not there yet. So, you'll like this, Ange. I have a special command that I can do Sands Plus, and I'm counting how many trips I'm taking to the Waking Sands. And you can see how many I have just by doing exclamation point Sands, and that'll just report how many out I have. Because we don't need death counts in this game, we need trips to the Waking Sand counts in this game. And because we're in Limsa, we're going to actually take the most convenient route to the Waking Sands, and not just teleport to Horizon once I can find a stupid Aetheryte. Cool, thanks! And the Easter event, of course, is going on. It's hatch tiding, but it's all bunnies. All bunnies and eggs. Bunnies and eggs. Like a good Austera Aostra should be. Fisherman's Guild. Happy, well, it's Easter. It's not Ostara or Eostre, because that was first day of spring. But happy acculturated Ostara. There we go. Alright, I want to take the one to Eastern, no. Okay, I guess I've never figured out where to take the boat to get to the Waking Sands. Which boat takes me to Vestre Bay? Is it this one over here? No, that's ocean fishing. Western Lenosa, that takes me to Aleport. That's definitely not where I want to go. I want to go to Thanalin. Isn't there a boat that's supposed to take me to Thanalin? Isn't this what all the people keep saying? That there's a nice convenient thing this way? Huh. I've never done it before, so I don't actually know how to do it. Okay, I guess we're going to take the crappy way, and then once I'm there, I'll figure out where that boat takes me. We'll do it backwards. And I can afford it. Because now we have Mount. Oh, but it only feels right that Gale's first real ride should be on the actual Chocobo. Mount Guide. There we go. And I'm totally going the wrong way. Oh my god! My mount speed is so slow. I forgot about that. Wow. How did we survive? How on earth did we manage this? And look how close we are to getting 34. I mean, 292. Oops, not paying attention. That's what I get for texting while driving. Okay. This ferry docks take me to Lower Limits to Lower Docks. Okay, I'm gonna have to just hop on that and see where it takes me. What level is this? Level 20. Hi, Tataru. What do you have to say? Some people let fame swell their heads, but I believe that yours will remain in proportion and firmly attached to your body. Well, thank you. I'd rather not end up like certain other NPCs that we've already met and have died. Oh, near the Arcanist. Okay. So it is the one where the ocean fishing is. I've always ever taken the boat near the or the Fisherman's Guild to get to Costa del Sol. Following the calamity, each nation's armed forces underwent large-scale restructuring centered upon its grand companies. I think I already read all this stuff. In Gridania, the Order of the Twin Adder absorbed both the Wood Whalers and the God's Quiver, which still exist, while the Lamincians enacted the complete merger of the Maelstrom and the Knights of the Barracuda. Yda is the odd nation out, having made notable changes to its armed forces. As before, in the spirit of the Sultanate, each entity retains a certain degree of independence. Because then there's also the Yellow Jackets in Limsa. I know you are. Oh, I know. um, and but the Yellow Jackets are more just like the local police. They're not part of the Grand Company or the armed forces. That's a great question, Yda. I'm an adventurer who's a scion and a storm. How do I keep track of everything? Let's go check on these people in here. Hey! Yes, ain't you the lad that rowed that boat into Limsa with me? It is you, ain't it? Ha! Glad to see you found a good home. What am I doing here? Well, I heard tell one of me brothers came through not long ago. Looks like I just missed him, though. I ain't seen either one of 'em since the calamity. Didn't even know if they were still alive. But after running into folks who swore they knew me time and again, I reckoned they had to be out there somewhere. Are your twin brothers the one who take people into Ulda and Gridania? I've been traveling and peddling in the hopes I'd find me brothers ever since. If you see a fellow what looks like me, let him know that Brennan's looking for him, would you? Happily. And you have a look like on a whole other planet, too. I've met your well, Raken's met your doppelganger. Gale hasn't. I heard you pledged yourself to a grand company. Me? I don't think I could do it. I'd never felt like one of them, no matter what the recruiters say. I'm not sure I grasp the purpose of these remembrance ceremonies. Whether you remember or rewrite the past, what does it matter? It's as though you can. It isn't as though you can repeat it. Our present-day enemies ought to serve as sufficient motivation, don't you think? The only lesson I believe we should take from the calamity is that far greater threats can and will appear. Ooh, Mender. Sure. Dark matter. Ooh, orchestrion roll. Not that you're ever going to use them, and I'm not going to waste my money collecting things, because that's not what I'm on this class for. Or this character for. I've been chatting with Persevanes, and we both swear there was another member of our crew. We still ain't figured out a way to prove who he was, but just you wait and see. It won't be long before everybody sees us as the heroes we is. I'm guessing your callbacks to 1.0, because I don't know who you are. You! Have we met somewhere before? You must be quite the accomplished adventurer to be welcomed into these halls. You traveled with, Yda. Me? No one's ever expected much of me, and so far I've done a fine job of living down to their expectations. We will continue to focus our efforts on investigating the primals. The Amalja are not the only tribe that has succeeded in summoning its deity. Fate shall be thy guide. When our purposes become one, once again shall our paths lead us here. Our city of learning is now naught but shadows. Ere the light of dawn breaketh, shall we follow whither the sand blows. Oh, reading Oliver Riange is going to be fun. Oh! You're still good. The incident with the traitor still weighs heavily on everyone's minds, the Flame General's most of all. And although he cannot be expected to know what evil lurks in the heart of every man under his command, the revelation is nevertheless a devastating blow to his authority. Even so, it warrants saying that you should not let this tragedy color your opinion of the man. In all my years working with the Flame General, I've never had reason to doubt his capacity to lead. No, I'm not going to doubt Reborn just because somebody slipped through the cracks. Welcome back, Gale. Lady Minfilia awaits you within. Woot. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Gale. Now, when last we spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met. Tataru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Ah! Hi, Biggs. Hi, Wedge. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And, I'm... Gods, man, spit it out, will ya? Wedge, at your service. I am pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. Oh, on to the Sylphs. Oh, that's going to be annoying to read.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Paplymo, Yda, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained, until such time as we know. It would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Yda and Paplymo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Oh. You're wearing your new necklace now. don't think you had it 5 minutes ago.
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Yda, us!
Your mission is to make contact with the Sylphs with the ultimate goal of finding a peaceful resolution to the threat posed by Ramu. Be fairly warned, the Sylphs are a unique people to say the least, and you may find yourself bewildered by their customs at first. Yet know that Yda and Paplymo will be on hand to support all your endeavors. I'm curious. Thancred, are you still back here in that spot? Ooh, Brennan's moved. We have some new people here. Okay. The merchants told me it was Brent that delivered their goods. Maybe if I wait a while, he'll come back with another shipment. Abba neglects to mention that our allied forces suffered heavy casualties. The operation succeeded, but at great cost. With an outcome like that, should we truly consider it a victory? Abba says we should, but I'm not so sure. What is Abba talking about? They tell me ye were instrumental in Ifrit's defeat. Bravo, Gale, bravo. Perhaps ye heard of my exploits. The Flames and I struck a decisive blow against the Lizardmen by destroying and pillaging their stores of crystal. Aye, they won't be summoning their primal again anytime soon. With the addition of the 2 engineers you rescued, the Waking Sands has become lively indeed. Were you aware that entry to the Sands requires the fulfillment of certain conditions? One must either gain recognition from the Scions, or earn the approval of Tataru. Our Lelafelian clerk has quite a discerning eye for character. We already checked you. The name's Harbert. I've taken up residence here for reasons I'd prefer not to delve into. Okay. Guess what, Gale? We found our 3rd man. 'Twas bleedin' Saltzflow. Whatever. Bugger me, how could I ever forget about Saltzflow? Aye, the 3 of us was always together, I think. Oh, Thancred's gone. Once upon a time, I aspired to make my name as adventurer. It all came crashing down that fateful day when I lost the man who led my party, the man who had won my heart. If I could not protect my love, how could I hope to protect my realm? I sunk to the depths of despair. You and Yda were fighting for the same man? Pathetic, is it not? Others may have come to join some great cause, while I am here only because I have nowhere else to go. I like it here. Safe, hidden, a bit dank and dingy perhaps, but I've known worse. Plus, the receptionist was rather charming, don't you think? Oh, it begins. We haven't forgotten how you saved us, Gale. Don't worry, Wedge and I mean to repay the favor in kind. Alright, we're off to the Adder's Nest. Good morrow, Gale. I trust your investigation is faring well. Alright, to Gridania. Sure. We know far too little of the Sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions once more if we are to... beg pardons, 'tis a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? I'm here for the Scions. Hail, adventurer. I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adder? Morning, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Yeah, I'm part of the Maelstrom. Sorry. Yda, Paplymo, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, that curious beat tribe that calls the depths of the 12-wood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind. It is precisely for this reason that the Sylphs' relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there ever be a sliver of chance that the summoning of the primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Ramu, or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania. To listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Scions come in. The Sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon the Hawthorn Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylphs' favor. May our expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs? That should be pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorn Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Paplymo. Is there anyone in here I necessarily want to talk to? No. You stand before the Adder's Nest, the headquarters of the Order of Twin Adder, Gridania's own grant company. It is here that our nation draws together its military, economic, and technological resources that we may bring their combined might to bear against our foes. And we want to go to the docks. The easiest entrance is going this way. We come in peace. Continue down this path if you wish to enter Old Gridania. There you shall find Atelier Fenil, a gathering place for the finest leather workers in Noyorsia, and you should seek somewhere pleasant to rest your feet. I recommend Mikedo's Amphitheater. Sneak Gridania's markets are divided into two main rows of stalls, named Ebony and Rosewood. Medicine and sundry goods could be had in the former, while arms and armor are found in the latter. Hi! You okay? What? What do you need? What's the matter? Why are you meowing at me? You want me to turn this on? Is that what you want? Okay. That seems to be what you want. Happy Egg Day! No, the warrior, I am not participating in the hatch tiding event. I've already done that on Raken. The Warrior of Light right now is looking for the port to take me to the Sylphs lands. But happy Bunny Day to you. And this is actually the Bunny Day event that I'm not going to participate in. I, the ferry docked at the base of this hill, will carry you across the lake to the East Shroud. And that obnoxious noise you hear in the background is Leia's new toy that she just asked me to turn on. Once you're ashore, head due east and you should find the Hawthorn Hut without much trouble. The Hawthorns are most welcoming folk who have shown us no small measure of goodwill. Still, a bit of courtesy goes a long way. I would encourage you to stop by Full Flower Combe and introduce yourself to Rosa before you travel on. Speak with Rosa Hawthorn at the Full Flower Combe. I totally walked by the fairy person, didn't I? Yep. I always do that. Sweet Bloom Pier is pretty darn sure where we're going now. Yes, I would be happy. I happen to be heading across the lake to Sweet Bloom Pier in the East Shroud. Yes. And I instantly get the entire map reveal because old content. Ooh, side quests. And we're going down there first. But yes, this is the game I spend way too much time playing. No, I am not joining. Especially a random drive-by FC invite? No. No, 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 no. I hope that's not how Kuros is recruiting. An adventurer, thank the 12. You couldn't have come at a more opportune time. Please, you must help us. Why, it's our bees. The poor little dears are under attack by a murderous swarm of hornets. These beehives are our livelihood. You must save them. Okay. There you are. And last one. Over there. Thank you, friend. Finally our bees can make their honey in peace. I knew you were 12 cent the moment I laid eyes on you. You travel to our hut, you say, and would speak with the serpent officer there? There is one who goes by Amlane. He is a sentry at Jocelyn Spire, but makes regular excursions to our hut. He's quite enamored of our honey and the tales of my husband, Rolf, though I've found him to be tight-lipped around those he's unfamiliar with. Oh, I know what we might try. Why don't you take a jar of fresh honey to him? I reckon you'll find him more than talkative then. Sure, let me explore around your little beehive cove here. May the matron bless the bees. I know there were NPCs here I could talk to. Have you tried Rosa's mead? It's simply to die for. Well, perhaps not die as such, but I would certainly suffer a few stings for a mug. She and those honeybees of hers have a hit on their hands. Leia, don't be lazy to play with it. It was shortly after the Spire sentries developed a taste for the stuff that word began to spread. Then, before we knew it, customers were turning up from as far afield as Lominsa. Still, men have traveled further for less. Merchant and a vendor. Don't think you have anything I need. What's your jewelry like? Purchase battle gear. Nope, definitely not my level. Okay. Be at ease, adventurer. Rosa raises her honeybees here with the blessing of the elementals. Well, good. We wouldn't want to tick them off. And then have everybody have to return to Gomorrah. And there's the hut. And an aetheryte we need to attune to. Welcome to the gracious Hawthorne hut. Not that it's mine to welcome you to. Ha! Far from it. Master Hawthorne is within, if you've mind to speak to him. Not doing leaves, don't care. No mail. You still won't have anything for me. Yep, nope. Let's unlock the porter, not that I'm going to need one now. And attune to the aetheryte. Are the aetherites not a glorious invention? I can only imagine how inconvenient it must have been for adventurers when the calamity disrupted the ethereal flow and made instantaneous travel all but impossible. What do you mean my target changed? The aetherite here is relatively new, of course, and this wonderful tower was built to protect it. It is called Jocelyn Spire in honor of the captain of the first ever company of wood-dwellers. Fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Don't know what that is. I am tasked with keeping the people in and around Jocelyn Spire supplied. Apparently not with anything I care about. This area is teeming with dangerous creatures. We're doing our best to keep everyone safe, but you must needs take care of yourself as well. And I think I've chit-chatted. You're a hunter person that I don't care about. Merchant Mender. Oh. Unlocking leaves. I'll unlock it. Hail, adventurer! I am Kina Lega, a guild leave representative for the Adventurers Guild. If it is work you seek, the good folk who reside in the vicinity of Hawthorne Hut have entrusted me with a multitude of tasks that I am eager to assist stalwart heroes. Stalwart ones, I say again. Many of these leave quests are not for the faint of heart or frail of body. Before I send you marching into Millerwis, I must see what manner of adventurer has arrived upon my doorstep, so to speak. Let's start you on a trial guild leave, shall we? How does this one suit you? Sure. Oh, it's a beckon quest. Well, let's go get it over with. This one. Transporter. Initiate. Don't worry, I'm not gonna die. Where's the orphan Sylph? Oh, there's the orphan Sylph. Come here. Come here. Come here. Now there's another one right here. I just don't see it. You're not going to attack. Oh, there you are. Oh no, my headset's dying. I'll plug it in after this. Come here. Come here. Keep coming. We're just about halfway there. Keep moving. I'm not joining a fate. But I can't. Oh crap, but I can't level sync to it. But you are actually my lead, so. I will kill you. Coming. We're almost there. %, of the way. 86%. 91%. Don't attack me. 96. 100. Okay, done. Yes, please. Completed all that needs completing, have we? Then only one step remains, to collect your reward! Such passable diligence and general competence are exactly the qualities I admire most. Now that I am satisfied that you possess the necessary level of skill, feel free to pursue the guild leaves I have available. I look forward to hearing of your future exploits. Okay, don't care anymore. Oh, right, I gotta plug in. unwrap this, because I have it all tangled so Nim can't eat it. Okay, now we're plugged in. No more beeping. Indeed, I am Ameline of Twin Elder. Your face is unfamiliar to... You have a present for me, you say? A jar of roses, honey, and freshly harvested to boot. You certainly know how to make a first impression, friend. Come on, chair, move forward. There we go. Ah, so you are the adventurer of whom the commander spoke. Do forgive me for being so curt. My stomach was rumbling something fierce. My word, this honey, like liquid gold. Forgive me. You have come to discuss not honey, but sylphs. For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all. Would you know more? You do well to speak to Rose's husband here, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the Sylphs than he'll ever know. Let's see what other people have to say first. Do you smell the honey? It may not compare to Mother's mead, but it's a lot nicer than the first batch I made. That one smelled like wet chocobo. Hearing the tales that Rolf and visiting adventurers tell, I can't help wondering if I might pick the right path in life. Just once, it'd be grand to sail the seas on a proud galley and spy the towers of a distant city glowing golden in all the rays of the morning sun. Well, a man can dream, can't he? And I'll talk to you in a second. Rolf Hawthorne, Patriarch. I don't read those. Come to learn a thing or two about the Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing. They're a peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, let me just tell you. They're... Beg pardon, friend, my memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. The Sylphs? Yes, Father's told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You'd do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Teehee. You have the look of one who has seen more than his fair share of danger. I am Flormond, a sentry of Jocelyn Spire, though you would be forgiven for imagining me a sentry of this hut, so seldom have I left in recent days. I sustained an injury, you see, and have been out of commission for some time. Anyway, my wood whaler comrades are about to commence a culling operation in the Bramble Patch, and the thought of them marching into the jaws of danger while I languish here like a coddled babe is frankly too much to bear. I realize this is sudden, but might I trouble you to take part in the operation in my stead? If you would do me this favor, seek out Captain Enwyd at Jocelyn Spire. He'll tell you all you need to know. We intend to establish a base of operations here, but the environs remain most inhospitable. Without Rolf's aid, we'd be lost. Do take sufficient precautions when traversing the Twelvewood. This area has an abundance of belligerent beasts, and even experienced adders have had to seek my care. Not gonna be able to sneeze. Oh, it's so disappointing. The Sylphs? Inveterate tricksters and troublemakers, that's what they are. One day they're drawing warble faces on our masks, the next they're sending out young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. They kind of sound like muggles. Tell them to stop and they'll just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. What brings you here, adventurer? Flarmon's replacement, you say? And you are aware of the risks. Aye, well, you do seem a capable sort. Floramon's task was to be slain of 6 black bats in the bramble patch. I take it you will see to this now? Very well. I wish you the best of luck. Those frightful snouts, tusks like unto spears, and the squealing, that dreadful squealing, a death hymn that haunts my dreams each night. Why, oh why did I ever leave home to come here? Hail, adventurer! Your sharp-eyed mien tells me you're keen to prove yourself, and to your good fortune, I've a menial task ideal for one of your fair to middling abilities. Wild boars plague the bramble patch, and it's about time that someone culled the herd. Well, hop to it now. And this last one I know is a bit of a pain, because I'm pretty sure it's up on the rooftop. Or are you actually on the ground? I know at some point I have to gather something up here. Okay, why am I missing this person? Try again. Hello, missing person. Nope, not in the tent. Oh, you. The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuffs on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. Is that all the side quest? That everything I can clear? Yay! Clear screen. Oh, of course, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little toe tapping. A Sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You'd do well to remember this. It just may win the favor of your our forest friends. Oh, still here, huh? Great. There's one more thing you should know about the Sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along a trap. What was it again? And Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than mine own. You are an adventurer, are you not? Aye, you have the same air about you as father. He used to be an adventurer like you, though he is long since retired and now finds pleasure in welcoming travelers to this humble hut. We also serve hot meals to the brave men and women who protect our borders. A small token of our appreciation for their efforts. Speaking of which, our meat stocks are running perilously low yet again, and I must head into the bramble patch to trap some game. Sorry to cut short our conversation, but duty calls, and no one else is going to... Oh, I do hate to impose, but might I trouble you to take this box of hunting tools and lay the traps in my stead? It is for a good cause, as I mentioned. There are only so many hours in the day, you understand, and every bell I spend on this task would be a bell spent neglecting another. Okay. Let's talk to Rosa first. Not through the goblin camp. Should have just stuck to the road. You know what, dummy? You have a chocobo. A fairly slow chocobo, but a chocobo nonetheless. A peace offering for the Sylphs? I'd give you another jar of my honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past the front doorstep, dear. No, their tastes run more to the unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milkroot? That's what we call the root of the most fiendish seedskin, the ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuff, but the Sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an ochu around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow, with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Amber syrup. Big ocean. Not that big. Yay. Okay, let's go take care of these chores in the bramble patch. And then we'll head back to the hut. So boring. Poor Rumble. One trap. Kill a boar. Kill a bat. And another bat. And another bat. And somewhere here I'm missing. There it is. The first time I did this, I was deciding not over-leveled, and it was a lot more difficult. I also didn't know how to play the game. And I'm stuck behind a tree. Batty, 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 batty. And all done. Let's hop on me chocobo. Because I can. Ugh. No yawning. No yawning. So, you have seen to the black bats? We couldn't have asked for a better substitute. You have my gratitude. Now, at the risk of seeming brazen, I would ask you a favor of my own. Might you bear a message to Florman for me? The lad is being overly hard on himself for his absence. Tell him that his fretting avails no one, he himself least of all. He serves the wood whalers best by getting back on his feet with all swiftness, and that requires peace of mind. I killed your boars for you. Please, you have my vow. I shall wear boarskin armor no more. I will starve before I partake in the tiniest morsel of salted pork. Just make them go away. What? The swine plague the bramble patch no more? Oh, thank you, friend. To speak the truth of it, I have been plagued by a dreadful phobia of those tusked monstrosities in recent weeks. But I realize this will not do. Jocelyn Spire overlooks a hub of trade and military activity, and to shirk my duties would be a dishonor to the hero whose name the Spire bears. You have instilled no small measure of courage in me today, friend, and for this I am grateful. I'll take the potion. You look to be made of sterner stuff than the average adventurer. How would you fancy doing your bit to preserve the peace? We patrol the area night and day, but a recent skirmish put a dozen of my best men in the infirmary, and we're sorely short-handed as a result. I'd be grateful if you could help fill in for the wounded. Now, there are 3 strategic positions on our patrol route, each marked by a twin adder standard. What you need to do is go to the 3 locations in turn and hold your ground for a while. Nothing to it, see? Okay. We'll patrol here. Crash. Standing watch. Waiting. Hostile presence. One down. There we go. And standing watch. And off to the third one. It's dark in the shroud. I'm standing watch facing the wrong direction. Okay. Done. Oh, getting hungry. Good to see you back in one piece, as there ought to report. A run-in with fell fiends, you say? That is passing odd. We have never had trouble with the local fauna on this patrol route in the past. Mayhap their numbers are on the rise. We must keep a close eye on things. Anyway, my friend, thanks for your help. It's not what it said, but that's what it meant. Jump! Chocobo, fly! Thank you ever so much. Now all that remains is for us to wait and to pray for a bountiful catch. I shall have the wood whalers check the traps on the morrow. They are more than happy to do so, knowing that the meat will end up in their own bellies, like as not. But if I might be permitted to speak seriously for a moment, it is not an easy time to be a frontier sentry. Fearsome beasts abound in these parts, and there is the imperial threat besides. Thus I'm glad that I, who cannot wield a sword, may yet play my part by preparing hearty meals for those brave men and women who willingly endure hurts that simple folk like me might enjoy peace. I don't want any of them. A message from Captain Anuid. I see. The captain speaks true. I must say a great weight has been lifted from my shoulders. As bade, I shall focus all my energies on recovery, the sooner to resume my duties. My thanks again, friend. Money. Yes. Because you never actually need echo drops in this game. Ever? Ah, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Milkroot! But of course! Those sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milkroot will have the sylphs calling you friend and brother the moment they lay eyes on it. Now, let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. Why does my nose always get stuffy when I'm streaming? Rolf, I don't read that part. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milkroot well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from that god's awful stench. The sylphs loves the stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the morble that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You've more important matters to attend to, yes? The Sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know that they're kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend, and do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it if you'd regale me with your adventuring tales. Ah, and before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Amelin here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. It's good to see your knowledge of Sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, seek out a young sylph by the name of Kumoxio. He has served as an intermediary between our peoples on many an occasion, and has the close ear of his tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of that malodorous root the sylphs so adore. I have something of far greater import for you to deliver, a missive from the elder Seer herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixal has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings. And somebody has a side quest that I'm gonna guess is gonna take me into Little Solace. You again. Ah, I shan't get a wink of sleep until I find out who it was. Hear my tale, adventurer. Last night, upon turning from my patrol, I caught sight of a child playing atop the roof. Fearing for the little one's safety, I called out, but the child promptly vanished. Now, we haven't received word of any missing children, but if there were even a chance, were it not for my duties here, I would be out searching now. Might I trouble you to climb the roof and investigate in my stead? I knew I had to climb the roof at one point. A couple times, I believe, too. Or one of them's could be a leave meet. I don't remember. Oh, no, yep, this is totally remember. Oh. You can handle it, Gale. Ah, you have returned. Tell me all that you have learned. Small cane and some leaves. Found this cane atop of the roof, you say? 'Tis far too small for our use. I'd wager it belongs to one of the Sylphs of Little Solace, the settlement to the east. Well, I suppose that solves the mystery. It would seem that the child I saw was in fact a Sylph, and I was so worried. At any rate, we should return the cane to its rightful owner. Please take it to a Sylph named Delexia in Little Solace. She will know what to do with it. And while you are there, tell her in no uncertain terms that her people should not wander the forest at night. Off to Little Solace. Oops. What brings walking one to the abodes of these ones? Walking one brings cane? This one was looking under every leaf and flower for cane. This one's heart is full of joy. Walking one is kind, like seed seen one. This one likes kind ones. This one will be friend to kind one. Kind one has this one's word. Walking one has come to Little Solace, the new home to these ones. Gracious Elder One of Forest City allows these ones to live here. This one appreciates having a safe place to stay, but were it not for those ones, this one would much rather be back in those old ones' home. Whew. I can't talk to those Sylph. Yes, they scare me a little. Look, they aren't like you and me. You'd be talking to them and they'll just start messing with you. This one cannot follow Walking One's words. This one begins to feel sleepy. But Walking One speaks with much eagerness, so this one will try to stay awake. Sylphs are, by and large, a bright and happy kind of folk, but those who have left their homeland behind have grown nervous and wary. I would ask that you do nothing to startle them. Okay, no sneaking up behind and saying boo. 15. This one is weaving cloth. All the pretty cloth that Walking One can see was made by these ones. These ones keep the ways of weaving a secret, but even if this one taught Walking One how to weave, this one doesn't think Walking One could make cloth in the same way. This one greets Walking One. Does Walking One need something of this one? This place is called Little Solace, new home of these ones. These ones used to live happily deep in the wood, but then naughty ones went and summoned a primal one. Fearing naughty ones who became touched ones, these ones fled the homeland. Thanks to the horned one, Kan-E, these ones could build a new home here. This one knows not when, but someday these ones will return home. This one is hopeful. Walking One is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange Walking One. Strange dancing ones might be a different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking One should go home and leave this one be. This one would welcome Walking One who moves like these ones. If Walking One were talk to this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so Walking One should speak with quick tongue. Walking One would bring gift to this one. Walking One is most kind. Walking One brings Milkroot. Milkroot feels this one with great joy. This one gives thanks, gives many, many thanks. Walking One carries message for Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking One should not worry. Hello there. We're envoys from Gridania, and we're here to treat with your people. Aye, we come to pay our respects to your elder, and to learn from him more of your Lord Ramu. Who are these ones? These Walking Ones come from Gridania? Walking Ones became a dancing one and brought Milkroot, but Walking One tricks this one. This one does not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder is busy. Walking One should go home. Go home, you say, but the Sylphs of Little Solace have always welcomed Gridanian envoys with open wings. The letter carried by Gale here is an oath of peace penned by the Elder Seedseer herself. Still you would refuse us? This one's reasons are no business of Walking One's. Elder One has no words for Gridania. Walking Ones waste everyone's time. Well, I never. Turned away at the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Gale's jig insufficiently jiggy? I'm as baffled as you, but something tells me recent events here have our erstwhile fluttery friend feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we have no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust. None, whatever. Dance, diplomacy. do think I'm going to call it though, because my nose is getting stuffy and I'm getting tired. Could be the milk root. So I'm going to go check out in Hawthorne Hut and have that be my sanctuary. And short stream, but this one does not have energy to speak like those ones for very long right now. So we'll come back when this one is fresh off of coffee and becomes Coffee One. And next week we'll try speaking with winged ones again. Okay, I am in a... Oops. There we go. And there's Gale, wishing you all a happy Easter and a good day. And I'm going to go check on furry ones. So thanks for watching. And I'll catch you next week.